Hello traders, friends. Before I start here, be sure and if you like this video, be sure and like it on Google. Hit the little button down at the bottom of the screen. And there is a comment area down there, so I would really appreciate any feedback you can give me on the videos and your perspective and stuff. But yesterday's video, I was pretty well bullish. Well, today I am switching because the things that I was looking for to happen today didn't happen. I was expecting crude to hold up, and it didn't do it. And I was expecting bonds to push to the upside, which they're kind of holding in there still, so there's still a chance the bonds will work out pretty good. But at any rate, I also want to mention between the 7th and the 11th of a month, seasonality-wise, this is every month of the year, those tend to be the weakest days of the month. Okay, and today is the first trading day in that time span. So we did see a little market pullback today, nothing of any great significance yet, but there are some significant reasons I think this market can fall pretty quick here. I'm starting with IWM, which has been performing pretty weak here lately. And if you notice this trend line right here, we've been trending on for some time now. We actually crossed below that today and trading right on support going into tomorrow. So, and we have a negative divergence, of course, on the MACD. So I am thinking that the banks and stocks on the IWM, there's a very good chance they're about to break. Now on your SPX, if you go on a tighter time frame here, we have been trading in between this range since way back last week of last year. Wait a minute here, I gotta get these out of the way. Never fails. But at any rate, if you notice this uptrend we've been in, today we crossed out of that uptrend, and right there at the close, they were dumping. The last hour, they were dumping the S&P. So, and there was a very good reason we were crossing out of this uptrend. Okay, and I do have SPX puts that expire Wednesday. I added some today, thinking we're going back down to the bottom of the range. Okay, I'm not overly bearish, but I'm thinking that the trend has broken, and the SPX for the next few days is probably going to trend lower. Another thing that's supporting my bearish thesis, like I said in my weekend video, I was kind of bullish because we closed right up through here. I was kind of bullish on the crude, thinking that it was going to rally back up to the highs. And one of the main reasons, there was news that came out that Iran was offloading all kinds of extra crude from their ships, their cargo ships. They have all kinds of ships parked out in the ocean, just sitting out there waiting to sell them into the markets. Well, they were unloading more than they were supposed to. And keep in mind, Iran is the leader of OPEC, and if they're the one, and if their leader is dumping oil, you have to start thinking that the others are doing the same thing. And there was some other negative news that came out today. I missed it all. I was out in and out today. But the main thing that really bothers me, you see how this elevator ride down happened last Tuesday? And today we got an elevator ride down again, even making lower lows. And we're trading right on this support area, you know, and I'm thinking this thing is going to break down. I mean, when you have two elevator rides in a very short time frame, people are getting out. They're getting out of Dodge, and the MACD supports this claim. So my bullish thesis over the weekend has been completely negated, and I actually started adding some short positions in the XLE sectors. Now, some things. Today, this trend line I got drawn, we broke down through that today. And that's why I was adding those puts positions. And I'm thinking at the very least, we're going to back test the breakout line. And like I showed you on the other crude chart, you know, we're just right at the top of the prior trading range. So I'm thinking it's going to come all the way crashing down to the bottom of that range. So if that happens, I'm thinking it's going to come down here and try to fill this gap at or below the 50-day moving average on the XLE. And I'm thinking that's going to happen within the next couple weeks. So if you're trading options, you might be able to get the Jan 20s, and make some really good bank on a short on the energy sector. Another chart that's trending right now, and I definitely want you guys to all be aware of, this is the Chinese Yuan. And last week, China came out and they tightened up standards to support the currency. And basically, when this currency pair goes up, that means the yuan is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And they do not want a real weak yuan to trade against the U.S. And they were tightening up things, and we thought for a minute there it was going to rebound. Well, pretty much all that tightening has been negated already. So be very careful if you're trading any China-related stocks, because whenever their earnings get translated back in dollars and their currency's falling, it's going to have a negative impact on your earnings results. Another thing, this is a scan I use. I wanted to let you guys know about it. I don't know how many of you have ever heard of this SAR indicator for your charting purposes. What I do in the morning hours, I'll do a 1-hour chart on that and try to scan for any new SAR crosses during the day. And we were getting a bunch of them in the oil today. And I took shorts in ConocoPhillips and Occidental Petroleum. And I just wanted to show you here, this is on the daily. The ones that are still showing a trend change are your Valero, your Occidental, your Marathon Petroleum, Marathon Pete, and your Royal Dutch Shell. So these are really showing some negative, potential negative signs for lower moves here. So just keep that in mind. The energy space is probably the best for a movement this week, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. But at any rate, if you ever want to use this scan, just take her down to a 1-hour chart, after a couple hours into the day, and you see what type of trends are changing that day. Okay? At any rate, that's all I got to say, and thanks a lot for listening to me, and be sure and like me and leave messages at the bottom of the post. Thanks.